Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Travis, aka T1.
And it should go, DJ Baby Blue Diamond.
And it's your boy D, aka Mr. Live at 5, man. And you are tuned into Well You Ass Podcast, man. Another week in the books, man. How y'all feeling?
Man.
Feeling good.
Feeling good. I hate that the weather's crazy, but
this is actually some good weather though. It feels good outside.
Yeah.
This is football weather.
Went to go see Ali Sadiq at LOL on Sunday night.
Oh, how did that go?
Yeah.
It was good. Him and his boy Marcus D. Wiley. That was his MC, and that's who opened up for him. But Ali Sadiq, I've been following him for a few years now, and he's by far one of my favorite comedians. He's very underrated. And if y'all don't know who that is, Ali Sadiq, LAISIDDIQ, cat from Houston.
Oh, he from Houston?
Yeah, he from Houston.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a stand up with him before. I think it was maybe his special.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's had a couple.
Yeah, that's how I heard about him. So when you told me, I was like, man, that sounds familiar. And then when we was talking about it, I was like, oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So what y'all do anything? Blue, do you do anything interesting?
Say again.
Graphics is interesting. Graphics is interesting. If you want to know what's interesting, dealing with these artists is interesting. No, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of graphics lately. That's what's been keeping me busy with my time. And yeah, dealing with artists is stressful, man. You think being a manager is stressful? No, the graphic designer is being stressful. Because the manager can tell you, no, I'm not going to book you for a show. And you say, okay, you have to deal with it. But an artist hit you up to do graphics on Monday, expect to be done by Monday night. No, that's stressful. And then I want you to animate it.
Oh.
I need something simple, but I need it done tonight. I'm like, but the designing, but what they think is simple is never simple. Because, sometimes people who don't do graphics and can look at something, oh, yeah, this is simple.
Yeah.
It might be simple, but it's the time put into it,
Mm-hmm.
But.
Well, so tonight we got another candidate for District 2. We got a lot of District 2 runners in there, man.
We do this year. We do.
Like I say, I always put this out there, y'all. I want everybody to realize that we are not telling anybody to vote for anybody. We're not trying to persuade y'all or nothing. So we just giving the candidates a chance to get on this platform and give y'all a reason why y'all should vote for them. We just want to make that real clear. So, but like I say, I didn't really pay attention to it, but I didn't know that it was this many people, actually running for District 2. And we've learned over the weeks that District 2 has expanded and it's kind of big. So it's been an interesting 3 weeks.
Right.
So we can is she ready? We can bring her in, right?
Yes, man.
Let's bring her
in.
Hello, Miss Neka. Welcome to Well You Ask.
Hello, darlings. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
We're doing good. Can't complain.
Look, I say I'm sorry because normally normally people are used to seeing me with my hat on and all that good stuff. But on the campaign trail, normally I have my suit on and I'm all make-upped up. But I was busy today and walked in about 10 minutes ago. So this is what you get.
It's all good. It is all good. We look. I still got my work shirt on. So,
well, you know how they say, dress for the job that you want, not the one that you have, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I stepped up my game. I've been a hat girl for many years, and I had to step up my game and say, all right, it's time to show everybody that I can be in the business, in the office and representing the community correctly, as well as feet on ground and continue to do the servant work that I've been doing for the last 10 years.
Right.
That's good. That's great. So I'm live at 5. I have a question. Unless y'all got a question, I can start off a question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm I'm from what they call District 2. I was born and raised off of Martin Luther King, off of Dory Street. So I'm well familiar with the area. So my question to you
You are the
is,
heart of the East Side, baby.
yeah, really. So what so I guess it's a two-part question. So are you from the District 2 area, and what made you run? What made you decide to run for, a District 2, be a candidate for District 2?
Well, I am actually born and raised in San Antonio, but I moved to District 2 about 10 years ago
Okay.
on purpose to I had started the One Radio, and I really
Oh,
wanted to know, that's me, I'm your girl. So
okay.
so I really wanted to create a voice for the African American community, community initiatives.
Okay.
And so I moved to the East Side during the time when they were doing the Promise Zone, and we got all this money, and it was supposed to really, really kickstart the East, which it didn't do what I thought it should have done during that time with the amount of resources that we had. But I moved during that time again to give a platform to us. And in the 10 years that I have been in District 2, live, work, and play, I have literally created platforms for
Mm-hmm.
people, small business initiatives, artists, whoever. I have opened doors. I've created a voice for folks. I started Black Business San Antonio. I have over 40,000 copies of Black Business Directory that go into HEBs each year. I do so much, right? So it's like I feed the community, I clothe the community. What is your need? I'm here to go get it. And that's what I've been doing for 10 years. So January 2020, we had the Media Hub. We had a really big, huge 2-story building on the corner of Aransas and Pine.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I was paying $10,000 a month for that building. And the Lord put me there, right? So I made a deal with him. I said, look, Lord, I haven't made $10,000 a month recently. So like before, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep this building or if I'm supposed to be here. But if you take care of me, I'll take care of the people.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our deal. And I stayed there all the way up until COVID started and the city said, we can't open anymore, right? But literally, I call myself the worst business person ever because I care about people too much. So if you came to me and was like, Neka, I got this great idea. This is what I want to do. I just need a place, but I don't have this money and I don't have this. I'm going to be like, let's do it. We're going to partner. Let's do it. I never let money stop somebody from their dream because as Black folks, that's what always stops us. The resources, we don't have the finances, we don't have. So I was like, no, God gave me a place to where I can open this door and make it possible for people to do what they haven't been able to do before. So when I did that, crazy enough, everybody who was doing something election wise, so I always interviewed, like I've been interviewing the mayor for the past 4 years. I interview everybody in leadership. So the sheriff, the constable, the council members, like all that stuff for years. So I've been very in tune and have built relationships with people all over the city that run San Antonio. So then during that 2020, right before 2019, that was elections then, everybody was coming in for interviews. We were doing forums, all that good stuff. And people kept on asking me, which they've been doing for years, when are you going to run for office? When are you going to run for office? And I'm like, I don't like politics. To me, politics equals liars. And I'm no liar. I'm like, that's not me. So I never wanted to be in it. But it made me pay attention, right? So then I was like, okay, well, let me start studying what these positions actually do. So January 2020, God woke me up. I had been praying. And I know Baby Blue Diamond knows this. Just like she said, the hustle when she was starting, like people want their stuff like this. You know, people wanted to start a podcast and they wanted 10 million listeners in a week. Hold up, that's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people wanted the glory, but they didn't understand the work behind it. So it was hard. It was really hard. And so I had to pray. I was like, Lord, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? I feel like I'm here for the people, but I don't know if they're really connecting or they're understanding what my purpose is to be here, what like the platforms that I'm trying to lay forth. So I prayed and I asked him what my next step was. Do I move? Do I do something different? And he said, no, you're going to run for council. And I thought, what the heck? But and maybe not in those choice words, but you know, without being politically correct, what the heck? So so then I said, okay, you know what? I'm in my obedience stage, so I'm just gonna say, okay. So I woke up the next day and I started telling people, I'm running for council. I'm running for council. And they were like, huh? That's what I'm doing, because I knew if I said it out loud, I couldn't backtrack. Right.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to be a person of integrity and honesty and all that stuff. So once I said it, now I got to do it. So then I started researching the council position, and it didn't take me long to figure out that I literally was born for this job. I do this job already. Politics is relationships, and I have every relationship needed to move our district forward. From the city manager, who is really the man in charge. Most people think it's the mayor. It ain't. It's the city manager. And why? Because the city manager runs the money, and it's always the person that's the money that's really in charge, right? So you got the city manager, from the mayor to our police department, our San Antonio Police Officers Association, to our sheriff, to our constables, like to the DA. And this is not just, oh, hey, I know him. No, I literally sit down. We worked with the DA and we created a community panel to where we can bring the community members in and keep the district attorney's office accountable for the things that they're doing. So we're literally putting that together. Through that, they made a civil unit, right? Which people like to take credit for, but the only person that did the civil unit for the DA is the DA. They're the ones that came up with that. And we, as citizens, were able to support them in making that group, right? So I'm proud of the district attorney's office and Daryl, who is the person who is one of the 2 Black people that work in the DA's office with head positions, who took a pay cut to make sure that any police involved shooting is done correctly, and that people actually get sentenced who do something wrong. He took a pay cut as a Black man to make sure that people are getting their justice, right? So I'm proud of them for that. I work with, like, even with the police association, which they have this huge thing going on with 174 and all this. I'm there to say, explain this to me. Explain this to me like I'm a 2-year-old. Explain why you need it. Explain how it helps the community. Show me how you think it's hurting the community. Because if District 2, we need police.
Right.
We need more police. And what most people don't understand is they don't take time to educate themselves on exactly what goes on. And I'm going to give you 2 seconds of it. But the police break up their district, their San Antonio through districts. There's 140 districts in San Antonio. Every district, now, so that means that there might be 8 districts that are inside of District 2, for example, right? Every district has 1, maybe 2 cops that work in an 8-hour period. So if you got 7 districts in your District 2, that means we have 14 cops working in an 8-hour shift. We want more than that. Do you know how many 911 calls come in 1 week? I'm gonna let you guess. Give me
about
1 million.
50. A lot. It's a lot.
Ooh, that's a lot. No, it's actually about 20,000.
Oh.
But you have 20,000 911 calls that come in to dispatch in 1 week. So my thing is, I need the police to have everything that they need to do the proper job, so I can keep them accountable. Okay. At the end of the day, it's accountability. If you do something wrong, you go to jail. If you break a law, you have to go. Even if you do something that is, for example, we had a lady, it wasn't in San Antonio, but a cop pulled over a young Black man. She asked that young Black man, do you have a record? Are you part of the gang? He said no. She continued to ask that man that question 9 more times. At what point in time do you take my answer? Right. Now, that young man did not have a record and was not part of the gang. So at that point, that officer should be reprimanded.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no reason for you to ask that question 9 times.
Now you're just agitating.
Right.
Now you're agitating a situation, and you wouldn't have done that to the guy across the street. We all know.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
it's about targeting systemic racism, targeting practices, right, that make it to where they can no longer treat us the way that we do. So because I've been working on these types of things, like I called Sheriff Salazar one day because he put up a bulletin that said, we're looking for a dangerous man in San Antonio, 2 men. One guy is a black guy in a red shirt and a black guy in a blue shirt. So I called Salazar and I said, so how do you think we're supposed to find these men? Do you know how many black men wear red shirts?
Right.
You just described everybody that works in Walmart.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
the scope is so.
It's too big. So what you have done is now created a way for police to pull over every black man. That's systemic racism. That's what you target and say, no longer. I need a 5-point identification system. Your hair, your height, your weight, your skin color. Because I can bring you 9 different black men with red shirts, and they all look different.
Right.
So you need to bring those to the forefront, and never again do I want to see a description like that. And if I do, we're coming after the person's job who did it, and then we're coming after you next election.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely should be. And my wife just called me like last Saturday. I went to Houston. She was like, "Hey, you need to be careful." They said they're looking for a black dude with glasses and a beard and a black hoodie. And I'm like, what?
So now my life's in danger.
Right. And I'm like, let me take off my glasses then. I'm just gonna have to be blind for a little while. But,
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, and when you see other stuff, when you see it like on our white counterparts, right? They've got tattoos, piercings, long hair, dirty blonde hair. They go all the way. But why? Because they don't want to catch the wrong white person.
Right.
Exactly.
And they don't want to inconvenience the innocent white person with our troubles. But you don't mind doing it to the black community.
Right.
Right.
We were just talking about
my
that,
whole thing,
about the cops not actually being like brought up in the neighborhood that they're patrolling.
now I'm gonna tell you something about that. Put that on the side, right? Because I know we done switched into all kinds of different stuff. But look, these are the reasons, because I can actually work with the people and the leaders in the city and target the things that we need that will move us forward. Period. And that's what I've been doing. I fight for the right rights of the people, no matter who the people are. There's 171,000 people that live in District 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be a voice for all 172,000 people, not just the women, not just the black people, not just the people under 50. Understand? So
Right.
at the end of the day, when I saw that I had the relationships, that I had the ability to move things forward, I said, I can't let anybody else take this position, because they're not gonna do what I'm able to do.
Uh-oh.
At the end of the day.
Uh-oh.
Now, I want to know, because you do a lot in the community and you still have your radio station, how you going to manage doing both?
So I don't have my radio station anymore, but I do, right? So I actually took the station down for a minute so I could get everything situated with my run. I'm going to keep the one radio, and I'm actually going to partner with some other people, and they're going to keep the station alive.
Okay.
And we are going to also launch a D2 radio, so we can put free shows in the district that people can come on and get information about the district. Because the biggest thing about District 2, the people are, and I'm not going to say clueless, they're not informed.
Right.
Right? So they don't know what's going on. What's happening? Oh, a new building went up. When did that get decided? Oh, there's 12 people running. Who are these people? It's like we don't have the information. They don't give it to us. Right. And I'm a person of information. So after May 1st, that we're not going to have that problem anymore. You're not going to sit in your house and say, man, I wonder what they're doing in our district. You're going to have ways to find out that information quickly at your fingertips. I started a D2 resource guide that has all of our schools, our community centers, the places, important numbers that you need, our 911 medical centers, our shelters, all of that stuff in one book, a map all of our area codes, all of our neighborhood associations. So all you have to do is get that one book and be fully informed of what things that you can call and use for resources. A website to go along with that, the D2 radio to go along with that. So it's all about making sure that people are informed because information is power. And if we're trying to empower people, then we've got to make sure that they're informed.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
Earlier, you were saying that you interviewed the mayor. What, Greg? Brockhouse?
No, Ron. So Greg Brockhouse is running for mayor.
Running for mayor. Okay.
Greg used to be councilman of District 8, District 6, and something like that. But he was a council person 2 years ago. And then he ran for mayor against Ron this past 2 years. They were in a runoff. He lost. Ron won. So Ron's been mayor for 4 years, and he's now going for his third term. So The great thing about me is my relationships don't just stop with the people who work. Me and Brockhouse are cool. So if he's mayor, we're going to be able to work some stuff. If Ron's mayor, we're going to be able to work some stuff because I'm friends with both of them.
Yeah.
And I work with both of them. So it doesn't matter who's in the seat. We're still good. I've worked with Perry, District 10 office. I already worked with them. I've worked with some other council people who are actually sitting on council right now. And I've already started building relationships with front runners who are running in other districts. So if they happen to win and they're in, we already have a relationship. So again, about building relationships and knowing, getting people to understand your goals, your target, and get them to get on the same page as you.
So now, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, D. No, go ahead, D.
Oh well, I was sticking with the Greg Brockhouse dude. It was said that he kind of favors Trump supporters. So we was trying to see how you feel about that aspect.
Well, okay, here's my thing. I'm a media girl and y'all are media people. So I need y'all to understand the power of media. Okay. Now, the whole thing for America and media, for whatever reason, their whole agenda was to get Trump out of office. Okay. I have to remind everybody that before Trump became president, everybody loved Trump.
Yeah, he was in a lot of songs.
Everybody loved them for Trump. They wanted to be on the show. They was going to get fired, whatever, right? It wasn't until he became president and the media told you didn't like him that people started not liking Trump. If you go back and look at what Trump did, he didn't mess up the world. What he did was he brought that other side out, that side that we've spent so long trying to bury. He brought those people back to the surface, and that just wasn't a good feeling or a good look.
Right.
So the other thing that we need to remember is Trump is no longer president. Let's stop bringing up stuff that ain't here no more. Okay. He's not president. There's no reason to even talk about whatever he's doing because he's not an issue for Americans because we have Biden and we need to worry about what Biden's doing right now.
I'm not
Brockhouse.
Say that.
Well, Brockhouse he's a conservative, right? Okay. So Republican conservative, whatever it is. At the end of the day, Brockhouse is about your freedoms, right? Don't tell me how to live my life. Don't tell me what I have to do. Like you have to do this with your business. You need to stay home. Don't talk to your family. So you had two different campaigns going. You had a fear factor campaign, and then you had a let me be free, let me stay free campaign. And those two are fighting against each other. And so what I can't stand about the presidential election is it causes so much divide by regular people that we don't realize the damage we're doing in our own community. Because you're hurting that little kid because y'all two don't want to work together because one's a Republican and one's a Democrat. Who cares?
Yeah, I never really understood that. My whole thing is if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't care.
I vote people. I vote people. I don't vote Democrat, Republican. I vote who is the person who can do the job. And so at the end of the day, you have to look at Brockhouse, look at his plans, look at what he's saying, look at the details, the facts, because as a Black America, that's how they get us. Okay, we're emotional. So if they make us mad enough, then we're like, yeah, forget that person. Meanwhile, we're siding with somebody who's actually hurting us.
Right.
And we don't know it because the media ain't talking about it. And that's what we have to watch as media people. Anytime you can look at 10 different channels in 10 different cities, in 10 different states, and they're all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
That's an okie doke. We got 4 people on here and we all got a different story to every situation.
Right.
So no, you have to know what's a plan. We're media. What's planned for the media and how they want people to act versus what's actual facts and what is written in black and white. You have to look past it because that's how we're going to get successful. We have to stop listening to mass media. And just because Cardi B said it or Beyonce said it, some don't mean it's right.
I definitely don't listen to them.
Yeah,
I got a
question. But that's how they see the black community. They see us that surface that just because Cardi B said it, okay, I'm not going to go research it myself. And we can't be that way. We have to go back to researching things, reading it ourselves. Just because your friend said so doesn't mean you'll agree. Go read it yourself so you can have your own view on it and you can feel good about the way you feel about it. We've got to uplift people. We got to start teaching people how to be self-sufficient and getting back into taking care of their families. That means putting gardens in your home because if there's a food shortage, you still have fruit and vegetables out there. That means going to buy chicken so you can have some eggs and some meat if you need it. That means making sure that you're economically stable. We talk about Black Lives Matter all the time, but I want to talk about Black love because Black love means that we're investing in each other. We're investing into the Black community, and that's what we need. We need investment in our economic status. The only reason why we're where we're at is because they block us economically.
Right. Definitely.
They keep our businesses down. They keep our money at a certain place. They won't give us no loans. They keep us at an economic status, so everything else just falls by the wayside.
Or they make it seem like it's too hard. Like I never invested in land because I thought I got to go through all these hoops and circles to get some land. When the same process of getting a house is the same process you go through to get some land. So
do you know that there are 9 properties right here on the east side that all you have to do is put $500 down and make payments and you can have land of your own?
I've seen some land on WLA every day. I always see land.
These are facts. These are facts.
But
I think Travis has a question that he wanted to ask. Go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just get to talking. Y'all know I talk a lot. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I guess when you had mentioned something about the media and the media can, of course, we believe the media controls what we view. You feel what I'm saying? The only thing I guess I have an issue with is it's one thing for mass media to put out there what they want, but what they want to put out there, but at the same time it's I don't totally agree that the media is telling us what to like and not like when we hear certain things out of the mouth of an individual. You feel what I'm saying? So it's that part I don't really.
So you have to remember, and this is the truth of it, right? And you're right. Most people will mess up their own self by talking, right? Trump. Right. Trump is great for messing up his own self. He just says dumb stuff all the time, right? So that's one thing that I've always said, man, I don't like Trump just because he don't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to talk to people. So it's hard to like him when he doesn't seem like he can speak to you correctly. But the thing about it is, it's just like taking clips, right? I can sit up here and and this has happened to me. I've had a whole conversation about a point of view that I had, and they did a clip. They did a clip on the clip, and they didn't put what I said in the front or what I said in the back. They took
Yeah.
one little clip
Right.
and they rolled that. Oh, and she don't like black people. How do I not like black people? You know? But that's what it was. And it was like, she don't like black people. She don't like black. See, look, listen to the clip. Listen to the clip. And I keep on telling people, why don't you listen to the whole interview?
Whole right.
Yeah.
Right. So just, and I'm not trying to defend Trump. I'm just trying to give you an example. Trump never spoke shorter than an hour. Never. He never ever did a speech that was long, that was shorter than an hour. All of his speeches were an hour and a half. An hour and a half. Now you tell me if the media ever put anything other than a 10-second clip of what that man said.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
So at the end of the day, what did he say before? What did he say after?
Mm-hmm.
What else is the content? And if you want to be, and if you want to be real specific about it, and somebody gonna tell me it ain't true, all right, let's take the Bible then. Because my church folks give me all kind of quotes that do not have the actual context, because they forgot about the beginning and they forgot about the end, and they made up their own definition.
Say that again. Hold on. Say that one more time. Just say that one more
time. And that's my church Christian people that believe in the Lord, that will make up their own definition for something that's in the Bible because they did not read the beginning or the end or know the context in which it was written.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to say.
They'll make a whole doctrine out of it.
Right. It is.
Look,
it's literally.
As of now, I have people telling me that I don't like black people because of an interview, and they put one little clip. So that's all I can tell you.
I got a question as a black woman. Is it harder for you to maneuver in the politics? Like, you know how, I guess in anything, we know that black people, when we trying to do something great, we always have these obstacle courses. But as a black woman, I know through history that they send y'all through the ringer,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to.
Everything is like, and I'm lucky because I believe God put me here for a reason. So I don't think that I've experienced as much as I could have if this was not the path that I was supposed to walk. Right. But, I mean, I've heard some of the dumbest stuff. I got fired from my own radio station, like just mess that they just try to make up. People are stealing my signs left and right. I go and spend all this money on signs, put them up one day, they steal them down the next. People, I mean, it's insane. And then everything is, I can say something and I'm making no sense, but a man can say something and they're right on top. What do you mean?
Right.
I just got through saying that. I've been literally having my platform since November 2020. I've got more people repeating my platform now.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, okay, well, if I can't do the job, but you're going to copy everything that I'm saying, that doesn't make any sense. Is it because I'm a woman? Is that why I can't get the respect that other people get? Because I've done the work.
I think it's not only because you're a woman. I think it's not only that you're a woman, it's that you're a knowledgeable black woman. And it's to some men, it's intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like it.
They can't handle somebody. It's crazy how that is, but it's I guess it's how you was raised,
But guess what? That goes back to what I was saying. The black love. We as a community have to bring more love back into our community. When you love something, you take care of it.
Yeah.
You teach it, you nurture it, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have been taught through media not to love ourselves, not to love the black woman, not to love the black man,
You got movies that's doing it. You got music, the music.
You got movies, the video games.
Yeah, it's deep.
Let me tell you something I just got through talking about. Don't nobody want to talk about it. But look, I get so mad about the gentleman that got shot in the back by the cop. Remember, he was walking around the car and the cop shot him in the back. Well, everybody was going crazy, right? Oh my God, they shot this black man and woo, 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 woo. But meanwhile, what nobody knew was that black man was actually breaking into a home of a black girl that he raped.
Oh wow.
Right? So this young black girl has now been violated, and she has to watch the nation rally against the black man that raped her. So once again, black women are put on the back burner. Who cares about our feelings? Who cares about what happened to you? We're not talking about it. We're more concerned about this narrative. We get kidnapped by the dozens. We got kidnapped in a whole country, like 400 black girls.
Yeah.
Didn't know when. I didn't see no GoFundMe's. I didn't see no TV coverage. I didn't see everybody trying to come together for the black women who were kidnapped. So we always get that bare nut, just horrible.
I'm gonna say it for you. I'll say it for you. We get the shitty end of the stick.
Yeah, we do.
Always.
And so we have to fight that much harder. That's why I had to apologize and say, I'm sorry that I have my hat on, because someone's going to say, I can't believe she went on an interview.
Well, it's one thing about this podcast. If somebody take one of our clips and try to use it, we gonna be on them regardless. So they ain't don't be trying to take our stuff.
Don't use our clips without permission.
Right.
But thank you, Ms. Neka, for being on our podcast to let people know why they should vote for you and to tell people your platform and what you stand for as far as running for District 2. Before we let you go, let people know where they can if they need to ask you any questions, if they want to vote for you, if they want to check out more about your campaign, give us all that information.
Well, I apologize because I didn't even really tell you my platform. I was just live at 5, had me going. I was like, hey, you're gonna have to call me back. I feel like we can talk for 2 hours about stuff that's going on. But no, for real. For me, I need y'all to understand, and I've been saying this since literally November 2020. We have to, more than anything, get our boards and commissions filled with the right people. Right now, we have empty seats and misrepresented seats all throughout our district, or all throughout those boards and commissions that District 2 seats should be in. There's no way we can get the proper representation without the proper people sitting at the table. So that's the first thing. And within the first 30 days, I will be holding interviews to fill those seats and interviewing anybody who is currently in a seat to make sure that they're the right person and the right voice for that committee or for that commission. Also, within the first 60 days, I'll be making sure that our community centers, we have 14 community centers in District 2. So those are going to become hubs. Most of the community centers are only like 25% active, lots of empty rooms and space. So we're going to put initiatives, small business, and resources in these community centers. And we're also going to use them as educational hubs. So that way we can teach social issues, work with dealing with our cops and our patrolling officers so they know who lives in the community, so they're not harassing somebody that lives on the same street that shouldn't be harassed. And then our COVID recovery. So we've got to make sure that all of our vaccine shots are being done, and anything that people can sign up for COVID recovery, because there's a lot of money out there and people are not utilizing the programs right now. So we need to make sure that people are signed up and we have enough District 2 people that are involved in it. So those are like some of the main things that we'll do. But safety increase, educational increase, economic increase, taking care of our vulnerable communities like our at-risk youth, our older adults, our people who live with disabilities, folks like that, and then make sure our district stays beautiful. We have a fantastic area. District 2 is wonderful on a Saturday afternoon. It's beautiful. We got to make sure our trash cleanup is still going on. Our murals are still going up. We're still utilizing all the beauty that is within the community and keeping those things clean. Regular neighborhood cleanups, things shouldn't happen. Regular town hall meetings, things shouldn't happen when there's tragedy. We need to work on stuff all the time. So we'll have committees within the office that deal with teens, our streets, stray dogs. If it's 12 different committees that daily will be working on things, so that way we become great and we stay great. We're not just coming out when there's tragedy. So you can go to Neka Cleaver 4D2, and it's 2 N's, NEKACLEAVER. Boom. And it's FORD2.com. And I've got pictures, links, videos, all kinds of stuff on there. We talk about our safety plan. We talk about our economic increase plan. If you listen to the video where I'm actually announcing that I'm running, we go through everything, all the stuff that we're going to do. And actually already currently doing. We've done a lot of stuff. Really, really have. And so I'm proud of it. And it's not going to stop no matter what, because all this stuff I did without a title. So it can continue no matter what. And when we get the title, it's about empowering the people, putting the power back into the people, putting you guys on the boards and commissions, giving you the resources and availability to run stuff in the district and in the city. So there is no more, oh, we didn't know that there. No, you knew. And keeping that communication alive. So there's a lot of great things that are going to happen, and they're going to happen in record time. Because I'm not here to say that we started something 1 month and it took us 9 months to get there. Now it's going to take us weeks and a few months to get. We have goals. We have a timeline in which we need to finish those goals. And then we want you to see how it has changed and how it's going to affect the community differently. Because there's no reason for you to vote a new person in if they're not going to do new things for your community. So I guarantee you I will, and you will see those results soon. So vote for me. I'm number 1 on the ballot, and I'm working really hard to be number 1 in your heart.
Oh, number 1.
I like that. Number 1 in our heart.
Yes,
but thank you, Neka, for being on our podcast. Like we said, we just want to give all the candidates the opportunity to showcase their platform and why people should vote for them. Because, sometimes people don't even know who's running sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes they don't know who is District 2, what is District 2. Sometimes you don't know what you guys stand for. And then when they get to the ballots, they just get these papers that's telling people who to vote for. And they're like, oh, I guess I should follow this.
Never listen to those. Don't listen to them yellow sheets. because what that is a specific person who has been paid by people, right, to circle their name and hand out the sheet. So that doesn't make them the good person. That doesn't make them the best person. That just made them the person that gave them enough money to circle their name.
Advertise.
Right? And to my Black people out there, look, guys, we already know the government was not made for us. It's not. We get it, accept it, understand it. But that's why we need to be a part of it that much more. We cannot let these people, any people, I don't care who they are, be at the table without us.
Right.
They have to see our face and they have to hear our voice on a consistent basis. And if you really want to know who is for you and your community, don't listen to us right now, because there's a lot of people that are getting coached on how to talk to y'all right now, right? Don't listen to that. Go check their page out from 2 years ago and see what they were doing. Go check their social media out for a year ago and see what they were doing. Were they about the community? Were they out there being servants to your district? Have they put a footprint in your, I don't care if it's District 2, District 9, District 8, because if they haven't, if they weren't doing it then, they not, what makes you think they're going to do it when they get elected? They didn't have to do it before. So we've got to step away from that. Oh, they sounded so great, or they wear a suit really well, or they've got all these degrees. The only degree you need is a degree in people and your community. And so you know how to connect your district to the city. That's the degree you need at the end of the day. So everybody wake up, participate, and get in it. Do your research and tell your friends, hey guys, we got to get involved in this, because they're going to continue to just run us over as long as we're not at the table. And that's a promise. So if you're thinking about running, we need to not only have District 2 as a Black seat. Historically, District 2 is the only seat on the council that's Black. For a little bit, we had 2 Black people because Art Hall was an 8, and then we had 2. That lasted for 4 years. We need, there could be at least 3 people, African Americans, on the seat. District 10, District 2, easily. So I need my folks out there. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to move to District 2 and run. Don't do that. Run where you're at. Get involved in the community where that's around you. Find your community centers. Find the resources that the people need. Get involved. Build something for your district, and then run to represent them and represent us as a people in this city, because that's what we
Right.
need to happen. That's our breakthrough. So
I
I love
agree
you
with
guys.
that.
I'll talk forever. I'll go now.
Bye. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, talk to
Thank
you
you.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you to Ms. Neka for being on our show. It's always a pleasure to have these District 2 candidates that are, you know, running for an office. But I know we wanted to talk about what today is. It's a special day. If you do not know, then you should know. You can look at Mr. T1 shirt. He will let you know what that special day is. You know,
So,
That's a
go
nice
ahead,
shirt,
y'all.
man. Where you get that shirt from?
huh?
Where you get that shirt from?
Serve fresh.
From your mom.
That's fresh.
Yeah, like you go on their IG page. Like IG page Serve Fresh. It'll pop up.
Is it
Or
like
if you
that?
even go on their or if you even go on their Facebook page, it'll
like
pop up.
the sport material, like the. Is it like a T-shirt or is it like that?
No, it's a T-shirt.
Oh, okay.
It's
It looks
t-shirt.
silky.
It's like a soft cotton T-shirt. Kind of
Okay.
like the what do you call the
Gildan?
No, not Gildan. It's another one. God, I can't think of
Jersey.
It's not Jersey. Bella Canvas. That's what it's called.
Bella Camp.
Yeah, it's kind of like those. It's not. It may not be exactly Bella Canvas, but it's kind of that same feel.
Okay. What we about to watch, Blue?
Oh, I was just gonna play a Nipsey Hussle song, but I'm gonna let y'all talk about him first.
Nah, go
Yeah.
ahead and play a little bit of it.
So today,
my bad, Travis.
So today, marks the 2nd year anniversary of King Nip.
It's been 2
neighborhood
years.
Nipsey Hussle's death.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't even seem like it.
Golly.
Yeah. Like I was having a conversation with my wife about it a little while ago, and she was like, how was I today? And because I took it pretty hard when I found out. I still remember how I found out. Like I was coming out of HEB, and I had just got in the car, and I kept getting these notifications, but so I was like, man, let me look at these before I get off. And as soon as I opened it up, it said TMZ and a whole bunch of other news outlets that Nipsey had been shot. And immediately I'm like, that's who would Nip don't Nip don't bother nobody. Like
right.
Who would just come at Nip like that? That don't even make sense. And as I got home, like, I'm not advocating, looking at your phone and driving, but that's what I was doing because it was such shocking news that somebody would come at him like that. And then it found out that it happened right in front of his store.
Right.
Meaning that was in his neighborhood. I'm like, man, who like come on, like what was that about? And then by the time I got home, the word got around that, he didn't make it.
Yeah.
And that crushed me. You know what I'm saying? That I followed, like several people. I followed Nip before he blew up. Like I would see, his early interviews, certain documentaries, that he, he was doing or was a part of. He was real close with Gilly and just part of the whole West Coast movement. And him and Kendrick were coming around, we're getting their start around the same time. It's just Kendrick kind of took off. Like he had a song that just kind of propelled him.
Right.
And it was a party, it was a party song. That's what the masses gravitated to around the time. But like,
what was Kendrick's breakout song? Was Drink?
Yeah, that was his hit song. Yeah,
okay,
that was his hit song. But Nip was always talking about uplifting his people and building up his community and being proud that he didn't, he still stayed in that hood. and not taking the money out of the neighborhood, but actually wanting to do what what his ultimate goal was just to have something and to show his people and show his neighborhood that, hey, you can still get to a certain level and still have your fingerprint on everything that's going on from where you were from. And you saw that, and like he was building community centers for the kids, for that wanted to get into music, a lot of IT, a lot of technology. So it was personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It hurt a lot.
He was on the up, like, you know what I'm saying? As far as
sure.
as like getting people business minded and moving a certain way, squashing beef between, the rival gangs and stuff like that. He was like doing a lot. And from what I know, when he did pass and the cop was like talking, he was like, he actually had like something real big that was about to go down.
Yeah.
With all the leaders of the gangs and stuff, as far as like, getting that situation squashed in, and then boom,
Yeah,
that was a crazy day.
Yeah, it was. The funeral, the service was very sad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at work.
Yeah.
I was at work watching it, and I don't even think I got anything done that day. It was a lot. It was a lot to see, but it was beautiful to see at the same time, because you saw the impact he had on the entire city, and not even just the entire city. Really, I mean, like, people flew in to pay their respects.
Definitely. So I saw that. I was at work myself, and I was listening. Happened to be like listening to his song. I had just got on Nipsey. I've heard he had an old song, because my favorite artist is Chameleonaire. He got an old song with Chameleonaire, and that's how I heard about him. And then I didn't really like dive into him. And then I was watching the interview on YouTube, and he was talking about him and Jay-Z, the interaction him and Jay-Z had, and Jay-Z bought like 100 copies or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, to get that kind of respect from Jay-Z is a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he had said something in one of the last, I'm not gonna say one of the last interviews, but like it was probably his more recent Breakfast Club interview. He shared a little fun fact. I'm not sure if y'all remember.
Oh, with the one he had all read?
I believe it was that one. I'm not sure if it was that one or another one, but he had said something about I'm not sure if y'all remember, but back, it had to be like 99, like early 2000, something like that, where Jay-Z did the remix with Maya to Best of Me.
Yeah.
If y'all go look at that video, that lowrider he's going down. He's driving down Coney Island with. Jay actually bought that from somebody from the 60s set.
Yeah.
So
I remember him talking about that.
Yeah.
I remember him talking about that. I think I seen all his interviews. It's something to watch an interview of a dude that was in the streets, and his interview is nothing about the streets
at all.
It's not.
It's all
totally different.
The totally opposite of it. Versus you watching somebody else that's in the street, and they seem like they got to keep up this facade, like they. Yeah. I need you to let you know that I'm still in the streets, and people are like, bro, we don't care. It's not even. It's not that serious at this point, because
it's not. You made it. You got money. Why you still in the street?
That's like with the whole Pop Smoke thing. That's why I was like who's in his corner? Nobody's in his corner. Where's the OGs that's supposed to be in his corner telling him, hey, look, man, you getting this money, you need to start separating yourself from.
Well, a lot of artists do have OGs, but a lot of these artists don't like to listen to them.
Yeah, I mean, OGs
That's
ain't
what it
like they
is.
used
Even
to
in
though.
the underground world, mainstream world, a lot of these OGs try to tell the younger artists or the new artists coming into the game what it is, and they don't want to listen. They think they got it. Oh, we got it. I don't need to listen to you. I'm making more money than you are making.
Right.
I don't need to listen to you. And it's
Yeah,
I
having
heard a
money.
millionaire say relationships is better than money. Building relationships is better than making money because if you have good relationships, you will never go broke.
Yeah,
yeah,
for real.
Just wait. But yeah, I was at work when I heard that, and I'm gonna tell y'all something that is I never understood the gang life, and I grew up in the sticks. So I mean, you would think I would, but I was so into sports that I wasn't even focusing on that. And I I was working with a dude, and he was from he was from Cali. He was from A Trey. So you know, A Trey and 60s don't get along.
Right.
So
yeah,
the whole time this is going on and stuff, like he came up to me like, "Hey, say, you know, you heard what happened to Nipsey?" I'm like, "Nah, what happened?" He was like, "He got shot." I was like, "For real?" Like, yeah. So we still working. Then he come up to me say, "Nah, he didn't make it, dog." I was like, "For real?" I'm like, "Dang." So then as like the days go on, the footage just started coming out, but he wasn't. It didn't affect him. He was more like, dang, look how that dude shot him, and oh, he stepped up, oh, he kicked him. Oh man, that's gangster. But I'm like, bro, that's another human, man.
That's
Besides,
it. I mean,
yeah,
I get it at the same time. I get it, but at the same time, it's like that's ignorant. You feel what I'm
that
saying? Because you know how many dudes from blood sets and um different like other crip sets that like the 60s don't necessarily get along with, but at the same time, you know
it was
they
respect,
heart went out to him because of the man he was.
right?
exactly.
See like your old coworker, like he
He an
ain't going
old
nowhere.
head
Like
though. He's an old head. Like, so you know how some old white people they stuck in their ways. They're not gonna change.
Yeah,
So he's been
let dude still if how old was
he's like in his 40s, but
that's not old head.
he's been bank and gang culture life. That's old because
Oh well, yeah,
a lot of people
well
don't make it
yeah
to see. A lot of people don't make it to see that age,
well
and you
check
know,
yeah
yeah,
because like look check it out. That's the difference between him and a dude like Big U.
right?
Yeah, Big U's name still ring bells, and it's like you can't go to Compton and or Cali period and say something negative about Big U. Like you finna get your mouth stomped in.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But and Big U ain't even he ain't
He
even
ain't
rolling like that
right.
no
He
more.
ain't
But now, if
acting.
it come down to it, ain't like it's about a respect thing. Yeah, that's something totally different. But he just not out there just being rambunctious like he was before. So
See, my coworker was
whether you gang banging or you were part of a set or whatever the case may be, at some point there has to be a period of evolution as a
right.
man first.
The first few days, I was just like, wow. But then, but then you can kind of see he was kind of like after a while, it kind of stopped. It wasn't as more. It wasn't showboating no more. It was kind of like, damn, like, because then you start finding out all the extra stuff. So it wasn't
yeah,
like he just got ran up on and got gunned down. It was like assassination, you
yeah.
know. So
From somebody close.
It's different because, like he said, I seen an interview with him on what's Big Boy in the Morning, and Big Boy,
Yeah,
you know, they was
big
like,
boy
so
neighborhood.
you know what's changed since you stopped gang banging? And he was like, oh no, I'm still a 60s. I just don't bang. Like I'm not out here doing drive-bys and robbing
Mm-hmm.
people and stuff like that. But I'm 60s. I'm gonna be 60 until I die. If I say I'm not a 60 no more, but I wasn't in it in the first place.
Yeah,
So like I say, I don't understand the culture to that extent, but it's literally deep. And I saw how deep it was when I was, with my coworker, and like he did time for doing his thing. So it's like okay, you got your mind frame set when you in the streets, but then when you go to prison, that's a whole nother world. So now you got to be extra, because now you in there trying to you trying to survive out here, but in there it's like you can't run, so you got to be a dog. And when you get reinserted into society, sometimes that mentality stays with you. Like, he didn't like people standing behind him or not, I mean, and he like, what I'm saying, he kind of yoked, but he cool. He put me on so much game as far as like how they operate in Cali versus how they operate here. Like, he was like, nah,
Yeah.
it's rules. It's rules. Like, he said, even though I'm A-Tray and he's 60s, it's still rules. Old dude that did that broke the rule. Like, nobody told him to go into his neighborhood and kill him. Nah, he broke the rule. And when you break the rules like that, you get dealt with. Like, he said we had meetings. Like, if it's beef, first we have meetings. We sit down and see if we can squash it. After that, then it's whatever. And I'm like, meetings? But I don't know. It's just, I guess it's different. That's where it originated from. So they got a whole different mind frame to it.
Yeah, it's a different set of rules and regulations out in Cali. Like, I mean, there's some sets like outside of Cali that try to, either try or do follow those same guidelines. But sometimes some sets just do what they want to do.
Right.
But yeah, today is the day, we're gonna, remember and celebrate Nip and Blue. Go ahead and play that video.
Right.
Well, before I play the video, because I know y'all gave y'all little stories of how y'all found out, but I wasn't at work when I found out like you two. I was actually at an event DJing. Crazy, because this event wasn't my normal typical hip hop event. Mm-hmm. It was more like, I guess call it white people event. It was more white people event. We had some bands there playing acoustic. It was at this bar downtown off of Avenue B, Ventura. It was at Ventura, and they were playing. It was like a lot of white bands playing acoustic songs, but they were doing a lot of soul music. So, I was just a little shocked. I was like, okay, I know a little bit about soul, and we had some rock bands inside playing their music. And that's when I found out. I saw it on my phone on Facebook that he had passed away. And then right as he passed away, I had a whole bunch of people just come up to me talking about play some Nipsey, which is totally different from what I was playing. Because in the beginning, they had me playing like some 70s, 60s soul music.
Oh, okay.
And then all of a sudden, they're like, play Nipsey. So it was so like, that was a big difference in music change. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really have any Nipsey downloaded because I knew him, but and I listened to his music, but I didn't really have to play it in the clubs like that. So I didn't have it downloaded. So I did download some Nipsey and I played it for them because I know that's what they wanted to hear. But yeah, that was crazy. I was at an event having a good time, and then boom, I got the news, and I wasn't expecting that. So that was just kind of messed up my mood a little bit too, because I was feeling myself with the little funk music, and then you get news that that someone dies, and you over here playing rap music from you going from James Brown to rap music is so different. I went from I Feel Good to the Marathon, so it's a little different. But yeah, I did play some Nipsey to represent him and to represent the people that was there at the event. So it's a little different, but I just want to, I'm going to end the night with a little bit of the video, but I just want to give a shout out to the people who tune in: Brittany Perry, Renee Anderson, Overtime Hustling, and Iris Williams. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know Wednesday's a little different from what we usually do on Saturday. We did have a guest tonight, and next Wednesday, hopefully we do something different and a little more fun. But just thank you all for walking with us on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We appreciate you guys, and we're going to end tonight with a little bit of this video. And I hope you guys have a good night. This is one of my favorite songs by Nipsey. I hope y'all like this song too.
Which one is this? Well, I guess I'm about to find out.
Yeah, wait to find out. I ain't gonna tell you. You bring your this, you bring your this.
What's the deal? Hey, Nick, what's good? Where you at? Shit, I'm right around the corner, man. What's going on?
Okay, what's up with Buddy? What's not here?
Yeah, make it jet. Nah, he's not here yet. All right, let me call him real quick. I'm gonna hit you right back. All right, bet.
Hello.
Supposed to be at set, man.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna come right after I'm done rolling this blunt. I'm on my way.
You know where the fuck you supposed to be going?
I almost. Wait, it's not. Oh shit! I almost forgot where I was going, nigga.
Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot where I was going. I've been driving, I've been smoking. Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was drinking. What the hell have I been thinking? Now I'm just riding through the city. Now I'm just riding through the city. And ain't nobody rolling with me. And ain't nobody rolling with me. It ain't no problem, I'm gon' get it. It ain't no problem, I'm gon' get it. This is true. Ride around smoking by myself. Don't you know I do it so well? Dollar signs all on my head. Rolling solo dolo, this is true. Hey, almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot where I was going. I've been driving, I've been smoking. Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was drinking. What the hell have I been thinking?
Rapping for my section. Roll with my protection. Who gon' die next? Ain't tryna get elected. Riding by myself. Time for some reflection. I feel like a young boss, nigga. This thankful for his blessings. I can't even lie. I ain't even flexing. Block for me, black man. Know they tryna stretch us. I ain't tryna preach. I ain't tryna lecture. When you make your first million cash, you gon' feel the pressure. Just wanna feel a thrust. Wanna feel a texture. Wanna feel a drop.